You wake up at 7 a.m. Not because you're excited to change the world, but because Karen from HR will circle back if you're late again. You spend 45 minutes commuting to a gray building where the highlight of your day is a microwave burrito and pretending Excel didn't crash. You sit for 8 hours doing work that could have been automated by a squirrel with Wi-Fi, then go home too exhausted to cry. Congrats. You're living the dream. So why does modern work feel like it was designed by a drunk time traveler from 1910? Why do we still sit at desk like obedient hamsters, answer emails like our soul depend on it, and act like synergy is a real word? From factory floors to cubicle farms to Zoom calls with 14 people who say nothing? Today we're diving into why work is broken. And no, it's not just you. It's all of us. Strap in, grab your sad office coffee. And let's go to a place where dreams go to die. The history of modern work. Once upon a time, like all terrible things, it started with industry, the Industrial Revolution. When humans thought, hey, what if we replaced fresh air with coal and called it progress? Factories popped up, labor laws didn't, and people worked like caffeinated robots for 12 to 16 hours a day. That was the norm until one man came along to fix it, Henry Ford, the car guy, the assembly line overlord. In 1926, Ford was like, what if workers had just enough energy to not die, but not enough to rebel? Boom, the 9-to-5 was born. It was revolutionary. People got evenings off. Kids got a chance at school instead of cold lung. The 9-5 became the fair alternative, but fair. In the same way that choosing between stale bread and moldy bread is still a choice. And guess what? It made sense for factories. You pull lever, ding. Car part moves, time output. But here's the problem. It's 2025. You're not welding steel. You're answering emails with passive-aggressive emojis, yet we still follow the same hours. Why? Because change is illegal in corporate. The 9-5 isn't designed for modern jobs. It's just the default setting we never updated. Like using floppy disks to run your cloud server, or printing out emails, then scanning them back in. Fast forward to the 20th century, the world discovered paperwork, and someone said, let's put humans in tiny beige boxes and watch their souls evaporate. Thus, the cubicle, the corporate hamster wheel where dreams go to die and coffee, is currency. You had to wear a tie, not to look smart, just to show you were dying inside in a professional way. There was clocking in, even though nothing important happened at 9 a.m. And water cooler talk, where conversations were 90% weather, 10% gossip, 100% pointless. And meetings. Oh God, meetings to plan meetings, meetings about synergy, KPIs, quarterly goals, and other terms that mean we're not sure what we're doing. Ever sat in a meeting where Dave talks for 30 minutes and says literally nothing? That's corporate art. And middle managers, the beautiful people whose job is to make sure someone is watching you, watch your screen, not to help, just to hover like a human version of autocorrect, unwanted, confusing. Makes things worse? The cubicle farm wasn't about productivity. It was about looking busy and faking efficiency in a system that runs on paper trails and pointless emails. Once upon a startup, someone said, sleep is for losers. And the rest of us just agreed, welcome to hustle culture, where being overworked isn't a problem, it's a personality. Where burnout is rebranded as passion and anxiety is just ambition with caffeine. You're not collapsing, you're crushing it. LinkedIn is the official arena. Everyone's posting, like they're in a motivational cult. Woke up at 4 a.m. ran 10 milas, read 3 books, closed 5 deals, raised a toddler, grateful. Meanwhile, you're over here trying not to cry in the Whole Foods parking lot. Work-life balance. That's just code for work more. But from your couch, Slack pings at midnight. Normal, emails on weekends. Just staying ahead. You're always just checking in, never fully checking out. You used to have a job. Now you are the job. You are the brand. Your face is a Zoom icon. Your name is a calendar invite. Your soul is a spreadsheet. And it's not just the startups. Corporations jumped on the burnout train too. We care about your mental health, they say right before, handing you a 60-hour workload and a free water bottle with the company logo. Toxic productivity is now just productivity. If you're not exhausted, you're underperforming. If you take a break, someone asks if you're still committed. If you take vacation, you spend it answering emails from your vacation. Somehow, doing more than is humanly possible became the new minimum. But hey, there's pizza in the break room. That fixes depression, right? Remote work. Remember when we thought it would save us? No more commuting. No more dress codes. No more Karen microwaving fish in the office kitchen. We really thought we won. Then we realized something horrifying. The office didn't die. It just moved into your house. Zoom became your new cubicle. But worse, at least in the office, you could pretend to pay attention. On Zoom, your face is a performance, your soul is buffering, and your boss is analyzing your facial expressions like it's a hostage negotiation. You now have meetings about meetings that were rescheduled from canceled meetings. but digitally, more efficient, just kidding. It's all the same nonsense now with more Wi-Fi drops and awkward silences. And Slack. Oh God, Slack. That sweet little dopamine machine that pings you into a state of permanent anxiety. Can you take a look real quick, circling back on this? Hey, just bumping this to the top. It's like being waterboarded with notifications. Also, surprise, you're now the IT guy and the office manager and janitor because your new workplace is your bedroom, where your desk is a laundry pile and your mouse pad is a pizza box from Tuesday. And let's talk about surveillance. Companies realized, what if we didn't trust people outside the office either? So they installed tracking software, mouse movement, monitors, screenshot, timers, keyboard log. It's like 1,984, but make it corporate. You escape the fluorescent lights, only to be haunted by a webcam. You traded your cubicle for a browser window. You traded a boss hovering over your shoulder for a spreadsheet that literally watches your every move. Remote work should have given us freedom. Instead, it gave us digital chains with pastel UI and emojis. So many emojis. Hey team, let's hustle today. Motivation Monday. Please stop, my eyes are bleeding. So why is work still like this? Short answer, nobody with power wants to fix it. Long answer, companies run on corporate inertia. They just say, we've always done it this way. So they keep doing it until the sun explodes. The 9-5, a century-old idea. Henry Ford cooked it up. Cubicle A, 60s, experiment. An experiment in beige misery, hustle culture. Free overtime is profit. CEOs realized free overtime tastes like profit. Remote work surveillance. Just control issues? Now with better Wi-Fi. Meanwhile, executives cash out million. They call it strategic leadership, which usually means we sat in meetings, the stock went up, and now we're heroes. If profit des playoffs, not their bonuses, not their salary, just you. The playbook is simple. Squeeze harder, push workers until spreadsheets tap out. As long as charts go up, no one cares about the crying office. And burnout, not a bug, a feature. Workers burn out and get replaced. Okay, deep breath. Let's imagine for like 90 seconds. That work doesn't have to feel like a slow motion panic attack. Crazy, right? Some people are already experimenting 4-day work weeks. Companies that measure output instead of hours warmed in chair. Jobs where you're trusted to work like an adult, not a lab rat in a productivity maze. Maybe even universal basic income. The radical idea that you shouldn't starve. Just because capitalism ran out of chairs for musical work, more autonomy, less crush your soul for shareholder value. Sounds nice, huh? Will companies actually do it? Not unless they can somehow charge for oxygen, but hey, it's fun to dream. So that's modern work. A system duct taped together by old habits, pointless meetings, and our collective fear of change. We call it productivity, but half the time it's just motion. Busy for the sake of looking busy. Will it change? Probably not. But at least now you know why your Slack pings feel like a prison alarm. Now minimize this tab, put your headphones back on, and get back to pretending to work.